Burke's on his feet. He looks up and gives me a grin and says, "Hey dude, you too must be from Marin." Marin County's A-OK, from Tampa, Stinson, all the way to MA. Fresh organic veggies in the market every day. The Dennis, Dylan, and NW.
Welcome to the Run TMC podcast. That is the Run, the Marin County podcast, a podcast about basketball based in Marin County, California. I am Duffy Ballard, and I am your co-host of the Run TMC podcast. Today is December 21st, World Basketball Day. Let's just take a moment of appreciation for the wonderful sport of basketball. Okay, here we go. This is Season 3, Episode 9 of the Run TMC podcast. Today, in this episode, we bring you another roundtable, a second player roundtable from the Hub on a very chilly December morning. To tell you a little bit more about our roundtable and the participants, I turn it over to friend and co-host, David Levine.
Thank you, Duffy. Nice moment of appreciation. Moment of appreciation. That reminds me, I heard Jack Black on a podcast a couple months ago. He might have been on the Dana Carvey, David Spade one. But they said, "Jack, we love you." And Jack Black, in his own way, said, "Dudes, the feeling is much." I just like that. So, Duff, moment of appreciation for World Basketball Day, December 21st. Shout out to David Hollander and big love for basketball and what it does to bring people together, to build friendships like yours and mine, and many people who listen to this. Just very appreciative of the sport and team sports overall. This was a really fun, I say that a lot, I'm realizing. Hey, everybody, don't have a podcast and listen to yourself because you'll hate yourself. But this was a fantastic discussion with 4 really awesome kids who I'm just constantly amazed at the maturity, poise of these players as we have them on these roundtables. We had 2 boys, 2 girls, all stud players, all league caliber players on really good teams. They all kind of introduce themselves, but just real quick, the names. We had Jake Post from Redwood, senior guard, great guy, really solid player, plays with a lot of energy and passion on the floor. I love watching Jake play. Jake had we didn't talk about this a lot, but Jake had a massive shot last year in a critical game. I think it was a NorCal game or an NCS game where TT Carr, who had erupted that game for 30-something points, it was a last-second play. Obviously, the defense was keying on him, and TT found Jake under the basket. Beautiful pass, and Jake finished, and game-winning layup was just an awesome moment. Jake's a great guy, multi-sport star, also a baseball player. We had Evan Brewster from Terra Linda. Evan is a college basketball player. He's a junior, so he's got another 2 years here in the MCAL, but he'll be playing certainly at the next level. We talked to him about, who his favorite players are. I'll let him say that. But one name that came out as we were discussing with him was Kevin Durant. And that's a name that jumps out to me too. He's lanky, he's long, he can shoot it. He's got mid-range game. He's got kind of all the tools. And as you can hear, he's also got a really cool mindset. Just very confident, but humble, really great guy. Kitty White joined us. Kitty White, I didn't say this in the interview. Kitty White is the now all-time leading scorer in Redwood history for the girls' side. She broke Kirsten Moore, our former guest's record. Kirsten had previously broken Karen Horstmeyer, also a guest. And then Karen's daughter, Kylie Horstmeyer, friend of ours, hasn't yet been on the podcast, but I'm working on it. Kylie's playing pro ball in Ireland right now, played at USD. She was also one of the leading scorers in Redwood history. But Kitty surpassed them. And she's an incredible player. She has just signed to play next year at Cal State Monterey Bay. Congratulations to Kitty for that. Great Division II program. So very cool. And she was very fun to talk to. And then finally we had San Marin's Abby Bartolo. Abby's an awesome kid. And another multi-sport star like Jake Post. She's a really good lacrosse player as well as being a fantastic basketball player. She's all league for both sports. She's a team captain in both sports. She's one of those fiery, typical, I don't say typical, but a classic San Marin Tony Butler player. Just gritty, plays defense, shoots threes, moves the ball, dives on the floor, does all the little things. Great player and was very fun to talk to. So these 4 kids were awesome, and these player roundtables we're going to continue them because I think it's a really cool glimpse into what these kids who we love watching on the court, what they're feeling off the court, how they approach practices, how they approach timeouts, how they like their coaching and leadership and all that stuff. So very cool. Duff, let's continue the banter. Back to you, my friend.
Nice, Dave. I appreciate you and your banter skills. And on World Basketball Day, I appreciate the community of basketball. Professor Hollander, our guest, Season 2, Episode 9, and the author of How Basketball Can Save the World, talks about the different aspects of the sport of basketball that make it such a global force for integration and for good. And one of those, Dave, is human alchemy. So the concept that on the floor, a set of 5 players can go beyond chemistry and achieve alchemy by bringing out the best in each other and turning a bunch of metal into gold. And I feel like on World Basketball Day, I should note that this happens on and off the court. For example, just in the last week, Dave, so we had a breakfast, you and I, Tom Poser, John Granucci, Scott Tachiki, to celebrate our friendship, which pretty much started and mostly revolves around basketball. Then you and I had a fun shoot around at Marin Catholic with a number of the members of our old, now retired LFG over 35 league team, as well as a couple new friends from the Marin Catholic coaching staff. And then 2 nights in a row. One night, Dave, dinner with the OMB crew, the Old Man Ball crew, the crew that has had a game going out in Sleepy Hollow for about 50 plus years now. And this dinner organized by Mike Gelati and Joe Ufrat was maybe 15 guys, of whom only maybe a handful are actually still playing basketball, but the rest of them will gather, and there are the bonds of the memories and the stories that have been told over and over and over again, but yet everyone still gets a laugh out when they come out for the dozenth time or more. And the following night, Dave, dinner with teammates from Marin Academy, group of 5 of us who all played together at Marin Academy. And once again, it's the stories of our crazy coaching staff, Larry Fulton and Mike Fulton, the time that Darren Banks pushed the coach and got kicked off the team. Sorry about that, Darren, but I think you deserved it. And anyway, it's just the community. So the sport of basketball keeps giving back long after you stop playing it with your teammates. And this is something that I think you and I both try and, in our coaching, impart to our players, that, this is a lifelong experience that they are in the very beginning of, in hopefully the best of circumstance. So Dave, I'm just going to share a few thoughts on the player roundtable and then kick it back to you. Okay, on to our roundtable, Dave. We're going to have an outro again, like with episode 8, where we do a little breakdown. But as part of this intro, just a few quick notes on our roundtable guests. They were awesome. Evan, yes, KD, for sure, an avatar. He also mentions Russell Westbrook. And I've seen Evan play quite a bit because Holden has been on the same club team as Evan for several seasons. And Evan can slash. He's particularly good to his left. He can slash like Westbrook, but he's also got the length to rise up and shoot over people like KD. So he definitely has a high ceiling in terms of playing at the next level. Great kid too, great family, and just a good story all around. And then Kitty White, Hadn't met Kitty before, but she was awesome in this interview. And that is no small feat to be the all-time leading scorer of Redwood varsity girls, given the pantheon of greats that have come through there, as you mentioned, Dave. So amazing. And her brother Harrington, who she references a number of times, Harry White, a very good, very skilled player for the Redwood boys, a junior, and also a player on the club team with Holden, a very impressive, long stretch the floor forward. Abby, I had not met Abby before, but was very impressed as she was talking about her avatar. She went straight to Pat Spencer, the face puncher. And when she's talking about stats in her own box score that she's looking at, she taught us a new one, Dave. We're going to get into that more, but the VPS. So you could tell both a tough player, but also a very thoughtful player. And finally, Jake Post. He was great, very personable guy, as you say, two-sport athlete. And I do recall watching that game. It was against Amador Valley last year in NCS, and TT had dominated the entire game, and he was dribbling around. They were about to send a second guy at him, and for all the world, it was a tie game. It's, I think, 47 all, Dave. So TT maybe had not scored 30s, or maybe he had, but he's dribbling around. It looks like, everyone in the gym knew that TT was going to shoot the ball. Everyone except for Jake, who just made an instinctive cut along the baseline to get a rocket pass from TT, reverse layup, as I recall, to win the game. So, yeah, I wish we had gotten into that play a little bit with Jake. We did afterwards. So now I've kind of rehashed it as best I can. So, Dave, let's banter back to you just for a bit, and you can get us set up to roll into the player roundtable and give some love to our sponsors. But first, I think you want to give us a player control. Hit it.
Thank you, Duff. Nice work. On to player control. So this is where we say my bad for mistakes we've made in the podcast. I'm sure there are various mistakes that people have identified that we've made that we haven't even noticed. But one glaring one for me was we did a segment a couple episodes ago on current Marin County kids who are playing at the next level. So Division III, Division II, Division I, college hoopers from Marin. Very proud of everybody who plays basketball in this county or beyond, but pretty notable to play it at the next level. And we have a number of players doing that. One name we failed to mention, I know there are several we failed to mention, but one that was close to home was a former guest, our friend Josh DeVore. Great kid, great player. He's at Cal Lutheran. He is a sophomore and he is playing great. So he's played in 8 games. He's averaging about 12 minutes a game, scoring around five per contest. He's hit some threes. He's got some rebounds. He's filling up the stat sheet, doing really well down there. So I pinged him and said, hey, heads up, my bad, forgot to mention you, and we'll hit you up. And he said, no worries. He's a great guy. His dad, Doug, legendary player for Drake on the 82 state title team, played pro ball. Doug was also on the Run TMC podcast along with Josh. That was a really fun episode. So I wanted to acknowledge Josh. And then if there are others we forgot, please reach out to us, let us know, and we'll give you a shout out. We love celebrating Marin kids who are going on and playing at the next level. And even beyond college, we got someone like Joey Calcaterra who's looking to was playing in the G League for a minute. He's looking for the next thing. We've been in touch with Joey. We're hoping to have him on at some point, but just incredible to see these Marin kids going on and thriving, and in some cases making a living out of playing basketball. I mentioned earlier Kylie Horsemeyer playing pro ball in Ireland, doing really well over there. Really cool. So that's the player control. And then I want to acknowledge and give much love to our sponsors. First, let's start with Encore Custom. Neil and his team at Encore. Encore is an incredible business, homegrown, right there on 4th Street in San Rafael. It's a great place to go if you have any kind of uniform or apparel or merch needs. It's really high quality stuff. We are reopening our Run TMC team store to let our listeners and fans buy t-shirts. The Encore version of these shirts is great. I'm wearing one right now. So thank you, Encore Custom. Neil has been an amazing supporter of our business. And a special shout out to our friend Kenny Woodard from 24/8 who introduced me to Neil over a year ago. So thanks, Kenny, for doing that. Very thoughtful of you. So thanks, Encore Custom. And then, of course, the Hub. Jerry and Rebecca, awesome. I haven't had a bad meal at the Hub, and every time I go there, I eat and have a beer or a soda, whatever. But these roundtables have been a really fun excuse just to go to the Hub. They've got a great seasonal menu. We've talked about some of their items that they have, a new sandwich and milkshake and stuff, but it's just a fun place. It's a great sense of community. You're typically going to run into some Archie Williams, coaches or players there, but it's all types. All of Marin supports the Hub, and we love it. And thanks to Jerry and Rebecca for the support. And then finally, San Domenico Camps, Nike Camps in San Domenico, and our friend Jeff Skaggs, always a supporter, cuts us a check right at the start of the season, just says he loves what we're doing. He listens to every episode. He's texting us all the time. And Jeff Skaggs, also a former guest, retired after many years as an educator. And it seems like now his full-time job is attending college basketball games because he's gone to seemingly every college basketball game that you can think of that has any Marin involvement. It's awesome. So men's, women's, Jeff just loves the game. It's just a pure love of the sport and love of seeing kids thrive and grow as people. Jeff is as good as it gets. So thank you for the support, Mr. Skaggs and the Nike Camps at San Domenico. All right, let's get on to the interview, to the roundtable. Enjoy this one. Parents listening to this, if your kids was on this roundtable, you should be very proud. These are really impressive young people, and coaches, everybody who's listening, who've been a part of these kids' lives. You've done well. Thanks, guys.
Part of the atmosphere.
All right, ready to go?
Yeah. Do it.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Here we are at the Hub again. It's cold, so if you hear like teeth chattering, it's me and Duffy. The 4 kids here are tougher. We're very honored to have 4 of the best in Marin join us for another player roundtable, our second player roundtable. We're going to go around the table and have everybody introduce themselves. We're going to start with the person sitting across from me. Go ahead, Abby, grab that mic and tell people who you are.
Hi, I'm Abby Bartolo. I'm a senior at San Marin High School, and my favorite basketball player now is probably Pat Spencer for the Warriors as a fellow lacrosse player.
Good answer.
He's killing it.
I love it.
I'm Katie White. I'm a senior at Redwood High School, and my favorite all-time player has got to be Steph Curry. Loved him since I moved here.
Another good answer. Go ahead, Dave.
Jake Post, also a senior at Redwood High School, and my favorite all-time player and now player is Jimmy Butler.
I'm Evan Brewster. I'm a junior at Terra Linda. My favorite all-time player is probably Russell Westbrook. I really like his game and his energy.
Beautiful. 4 good answers. 3 Warriors. And then we got Russ. I like that. Awesome. So really excited to have the 4 of you. You're all really great players. You're all different kind of players, which is fun. So we're gonna get into that. But to get right into it, Duffy had this idea of, we're interested. I mean, obviously we're coaches. You guys are players. How do you approach games? So what is your pregame routine? I guess you have, like, as a team, I'm sure you guys have things that you do as a team, but you wake up in the morning, you got a game that night. Whoever wants to start, just walk us through your pregame routine. Go, Jake.
For me, I mean, usually game days are on school days, so like the night before, I like to stretch out. It's kind of, I'm very tight. I have a tight body, so that's something big for me. And then, like, try not to think about it during the school day, but as soon as I get home from school, I eat a good meal, try and eat a good meal. And then I'm big on visualizing. Like, it's been preached to me since my baseball days, like, visualize the pitch being a strike, or for me, like, basketball, visualizing the ball going through the hoop. So I like to just, like, sit at home, visualizing, watching, like, TikTok videos and just thinking about the ball going through the hoop later in the night. And then once I get to the game, just saying hi to all the guys, kind of bringing spirits up, getting everyone excited for the game, and just listening to music is kind of also another big thing for me. So, yeah.
Has that changed? So for you, you're a senior now. You're a starter on a really good team. You've been on varsity how many years?
This will be my second year on varsity. Yeah.
Okay, so last year where you got good minutes, you didn't necessarily start every game. Like, do you find it's different this year versus last year?
I think this year it's very different because we have a lot of new players on the team. Like, we graduated 9 guys, so we have 9 fresh varsity guys, and also, like, one of the captains of the team. So last year I didn't have to control energy wise. Like one of the big things for us is like focusing on our energy. Like we went to the Cal UCLA basketball game, upset Cal beat UCLA, but you could tell like the energy of Cal's bench was up and their spirits were high. And that's something I kind of wanted to bring to the team this year. Like Tom does a great job. Tom Poser, one of our assistant coaches, does a great job like getting the energy going and keep people flowing. So that's something I try and do as well as like another player on the team. So that's been big for me this year. So yeah.
Awesome. Go, Kitty.
So I'm a big person on like having good energy. So I like to take a nap before my games if I can. Obviously, again, as Jake said, like we got a lot of games like during the week. So there's not a lot of time for that. But if I have time, I'll go home. I'll take like a good hour-long nap, get my energy up. And then, yeah, as you said, like I try not to think about it too much like during the day. Yeah. But then as soon as I walk into like the gym where we're playing or if I'm at Redwood, like I just immediately like I think about the game. Nothing else on my mind. I try and get focused, remember like the scout that Zach gave us or like any like details about my game, like what I need to do this game. And as I said, like as a captain now this year, like it's about keeping the energy and making sure all the other girls are like ready for the game, how they're feeling about it and stuff like that. Yeah.
Do you guys have like a team? I assume you have a team text thread. Maybe you got one with the coaches on it. You guys, first of all, at Redwood, you have like 8 assistant coaches, but still, it's fine. You got one with the coaches. You got one without the coaches, right? Is the team text thread going during the day on game days?
Yeah, Zach always texts us on the one with the coaches. He texts us a long thing for every day of the week, actually. Yeah. But especially on game days, he sends the scout out again. Yeah. Just like keeps energy high, make sure that everyone's like feeling good, like sends his best wishes to us at school. And then like little reminders about things that like we're doing, like timing of everything, that we're getting to like the bus on time and school on time. And then on our like, we have a group chat that we've named the Zachless group chat. So it's without the coaches. We also text on that. You know, as a captain, I try to also like, I text individuals if I notice like they had a really good practice or a really bad one and just like checking in on them. Cause I know that's like an important thing to do. With our team, got a lot of girls that are dealing with like new stuff because they're new to like the roles they're playing, and I know that the pressure's like really like high this year. I think we have a lot of expectations, so I just like to make sure that they're all doing good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Abby, what you got?
So I'm not a superstitious person, but I'm into like a consistent routine. And this year, our coach Tony introduced us to like visualization and journaling. Yeah. So every game, he gave us all like these little green journals. Every game, before and after we journal, what are you gonna do well? How are you gonna like make a positive impact for the team? And then obviously like the meal part, like load up on carbs so you have energy. And then when you get to the gym, get to the locker room, keep that energy up. Because as like Kitty said, as a captain, it's your responsibility to make sure everyone's having a good time and playing at their best. So obviously consistent, but just like make sure, like as she said, like if someone else is like not, if you notice their energy might be a little down, like it's your responsibility to bring that up. So just making sure the energy is at a good level for the game.
Do you find that your pregame prep for basketball is similar to lacrosse? Because you're a really good lacrosse player too, or is it totally different?
It's completely the same. Usually I eat the same meals. Lacrosse, the games are a little bit later because it's in the spring. But yeah, usually it's the same. Maybe like some like different parts of my body are sore, so maybe I'll stretch out different parts, but usually same consistency, the same.
Awesome.
Me personally, of course, got games on school days, so I just try and get through school, and then once that ends, I'm kind of locked in for the game. I'm not really a big I don't like eating too much before a game. Yeah. So I'm more like a fruit type of guy before games. I don't really like having that like heavy feeling with all the carbs in it. And then I'll probably take a nap if it's an away game, like in the car. Yeah. And just not if I'm driving, of course, but like yeah, like a far away game.
To be clear, nobody's napping during class and nobody's napping when they're driving. Okay, cool.
Yeah. But yeah, and then once I get to the game, usually put in some headphones, play some music to lock me in, and just like stretch out the parts of my body that need to be stretched out and just kind of get ready mentally and physically.
How does Coach Baker feel about you napping on the bench before the game?
Well, I'm not on the bench much, so.
There you go.
Good answer. Good answer. Let's talk about scouting reports. So we all live in this day of technology. Huddle's a great tool. You guys all play for 4 great coaches who give you great scouting reports. How much are you thinking about the scouting report before a game? Like, are you focused on who you're guarding, what their team's tendencies are? Are you focused on yourself and what you need to do? Like, discuss that distinction.
Well, I mean, Tony encourages us to like look through the other team's film before he sends us like an official scouting report. But usually, like, it's just you look at how the other team plays, and you might have to, you still want to play your own game, but you have to keep in mind what their pace is, if they shoot, etc. But then, then Tony will give us our matchups. You maybe watch a little bit of that specific player's game, and then you see, okay, maybe I should pressure them. Maybe I should drop back if they're quick. So it's all about adjusting your game based on the scouting report for me, and it just depends what type of team you're playing. Yeah.
Yeah, ours is very similar. He doesn't make us watch film on them before, but we watch it as a team. And so we usually like make our own observations as a team and like agree and disagree on things. And he sends us like starters, like who we're matching up with. He sends us details about every single player, like even the bench ones. And I do focus on like the player I'm going to match up with, but also we make sure that we know the details on every single player, because like you never know who you're going to like end up defending. We have like press breaks where we end up scrambling and you're going to guard whoever you're going to guard, so you need to like know what they're good at. Yeah.
So do you like that level of information, or at some point, I'm actually, this is a selfish question because I'm curious about this, like for the players that I coach, like is too much information a thing?
I don't think so, but I think it's important that you don't just think about like what you know from the scout, because there's times when a player will all of a sudden like be a shooter, and like the game you watch, they're like airballing everything. So
happened to us against Windsor, number 4 killed us, and KK and I are like, she wasn't in our scouting report, so that's bad coaching.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I think, like Kitty just said, sometimes the scouting report just goes out the door, and it's hard because they're not NBA players. You're not watching like 2 seasons of them playing, so you don't really know them too well. But I like to watch a lot of our own film, honestly, like focus more on ourselves, our like defensive schemes, how they look, like if we're going into a zone, how our zone looks, if we're going to a man, how our man looks versus teams that shoot versus don't shoot well. So I think it's also like knowing your matchup's big. Like sometimes you could be guarding like really shifty guard, and you might need that extra step to be able to keep up with him or anything like that. So it matters. I mean, I think like scouting is really helpful. So
our coach, he'll go to the games if like the team we're about to play. They're playing before us. He does a good job about going to the games, and next practice he'll just give us a report on like if they press, what they run on defense, what they run on offense, if they like to shoot a lot. And then as a captain, I'll watch some film on them too, just like free time, and just like study them and text like the group chat. This player does that, this player does this, and just get a scouting report for the team as well, not just from the coach.
How do you find it? What works best for you to remember? Say, for example, like Kitty says, you're going to try and know like the 7 or 8 players that are going to play in a game. How is it like you have a mental image of those guys in your head, or do you see the scouting report? How does that work for you, Evan, and everyone else?
Yeah, I always really like pay attention to the film and just try and see the fine details, and just like get like who are their guys, just implanted in my brain, and just like really remember it. Just trying to like visualize and like remember it. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you just gotta like sometimes play back the film and just like watch an individual player for like a certain play each time, and then check like the different players and see what they're doing. That's how you like remember it.
Another selfish question, because I've been debating this with other coaches. Do you like it if a coach sends you a set of clips on the player you're going to be guarding, like 10 clips?
Yeah, our coach does that a lot. Usually it's like the same thing 10 times. I think it's just to like really put it in our brain that this one player always goes right or always does this lefty step back 3. It's always like a tendency that a certain player does, just so we know that, oh, it's coming and we can plan for it.
How do you guys process, we asked this question in the last player roundtable, I'm just interested in this, in-game coaching. So you're on the floor, so it's literally the middle of the play, and Tony's barking at you, or Zach's saying something to you, or Jay or James. Do you hear them? Do you process it? Do you tune them out? How's that work? Actually, for you, it's probably more Tom Poser yelling at you.
Yeah, I mean, I I hear them. I'm like trying to take into account, but to some extent, you're the one in the game. Like if they're saying do this more, but it's like I don't know. Like there's only so much a coach can do for you. Also, like you have to make decisions and cautious decisions in your mind. So I like the talk and I think it's great, but like you gotta I think sometimes you're the one on the floor and it's not like the coach is playing. So yeah,
Totally.
Yeah, just listen and play. I mean, you have to acknowledge your coach because they're your coach, but you can't let it get in your head because that's what can mess you up. And I think yes, they're doing it because they're the ones watching the game. You're playing in it, and you can't let it stop you from shooting or just keep on playing and don't let it get in your head. I think a lot of players have a problem with oh my gosh, my coach just barked at me. I'm super scared now, and that's something that shouldn't happen.
Yeah, like what Jake said, you can hear it a lot, but then also sometimes I think as a player, obviously the coaches see things you don't see, and then you see things that they don't see as the person playing on the court. So it's about choosing what you're going to take in and what you're actually going to do with what they say and stuff like that, and adjusting it as well. It's always good to listen and take it in, but then you don't always have to then do as they say exactly.
Yeah.
Coach will tell us to do something, right? Because he's seeing it in the defense, and I guess we don't see it, so you kind of have to at least try it out and see, because like Katie said, they see stuff we don't, but we also see stuff that they don't. So sometimes you kind of have to not disregard, but I guess disregard their information, because I guess the read isn't there, or the defense changes up. So sometimes take into account what they say, but don't exactly do what they say. That's what I think.
My players often disregard what I say, so I hear you, Evan. How about timeouts? How do you guys process timeouts? We've talked about this a lot. Coaches want to tell you about 85 things. The reality is you're tired, right? Last time we had this, Joe Hammond's I'm pretty gassed during timeouts, so I'm just trying to catch my breath. So you don't want to hear 25 things. So coaches ideally try to distill it down to one or two things. Is that a good strategy, or can you process 5 things? Evan, you start.
I think I can process 5 things, but maybe not as well as I could 2 things.
Right.
If he tells us to 2 better things on offense, 3 better things on defense, I wouldn't be as effective as those things if he told us 1 thing on offense, 1 thing on defense, just to really get in our brains and just to emphasize. So I think just fewer, I'll have quality over quantity, I guess, in that case. That's just
I've always had a struggle with timeouts. I don't know why. I just feel I get in timeout and I feel cold, and this year's been better though, because the first 30 seconds of a full timeout usually is the coaches are talking about the 2 things they want to tell you. So it's the players on the court are talking, and that's been those are when I try and me and other guys try and narrow down 1 thing we need to do. There's the 1 thing that's we have to fix. And then when the coaches come in, for us, I think it's they try and tell us 2 to 3 things, and I think it's effective. Two things is great for us, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, sometimes I just completely space out and take it as a full rest break, and then I'll have to ask wait, what did he just say? But yeah, I think that I always know that when Tony calls a timeout, it's either for rest or it's something he sees. So it's really important to try your best to just listen and change whatever needs to be changed.
Another timeout question. Sometimes, there's a play being drawn up in a timeout. Maybe it's a play that you've never seen before or only a couple times. Do you, as a player, look around at your teammates, can you tell if there's going to be one of your teammates that's not going to do it right? Can you tell in the moment, or is it not until you get out on the court?
Yes. I mean,
no names, Abby.
No names, but you can see beating eyes everywhere. And
Right.
It's what did he just draw on the board? But that's usually when it's okay, I actually need to lock in, and whatever he scribbles up on the board, it's probably going to work because Tony's a great coach.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's always times, myself included, where it's what did I just see?
I think at this level now, or for Redwood especially, I think it's kind of unacceptable to not know what you have to do. You have to know what you have to do.
Yeah.
But it hasn't been a problem for me in my time here. But I think it starts to become a problem when there's that crowd, like at Redwood's gym, and it's like so much is going on for a lot of guys. So that is yet to be seen, but I'm sure like that happens. So yeah.
I was actually going to ask about that because you're all, I mean, the sensory overload sometimes of like those big games where it's packed and there's a lot of noise and distraction. Sometimes you just see the body language on the bench during timeouts, and some people, they're wandering eyes, they're looking around, like the dance teams dancing, whatever. Like it's hard to just lock in, right?
No, yeah, I felt that last year sometimes. Like I like vividly remember that it's like a joke in our team room. There's this one moment where I helped on the strong side, and we gave up a 3. We were letting no 3s.
Yeah,
and we were up like 6 on MC, and I helped on a strong side drive, and a 3 went in with like 30 seconds left. And I was like, we just talked about this in the timeout. Like, what do I do? And I got yelled at. But
yeah,
it's just like there's a lot going on. Like, and some guys on the court are 15. So like, and just starting varsity basketball with this huge crowd. So it's like, I could like, it's understandable. I feel like, so yeah,
totally. So
Yeah, I feel like for me, like going back to the timeout question, I find I really have to pay attention because not for myself, but more for my teammates, because as Abby said, like if a play is drawn up, I know some of them are just not going to get it. And so I need to remember every single person's position so that as soon as we go on the court, they're like, what the hell was that play? Like, what are we doing? I'm like, okay, so this is what you're doing.
right.
Because like I see them like grabbing their water ball or something. I'm like, I know you're not listening to him. Like I'm going to have to repeat this to you.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah, kind of like what Kitty said. I just try and get what I need to do in my brain quick and like remember that. And then I pay attention more to what my teammates need to do and stuff. And then like, so I can help them out if they get confused. Cause I definitely also notice like, not like people are paying attention, but there's definitely like some confusion during times. So I just kind of like make sure everyone knows what they're doing, especially like what I'm doing.
Evan, I'm sure that it's pretty common for a play to be drawn up for you out of a timeout. Do you sometimes, if the play's being drawn up, will you be like, hey, why don't we put this guy over here and then have the screen come from this different angle? Do you make adjustments a little bit in the moment?
Yeah, I'll make adjustments. Of course, I want the ball, but sometimes, or oftentimes, definitely this season, I'll be getting double teamed, and that means there's a wide open person. And so that's like a better opportunity than a forced shot by me if it's an open person who can still hit shots. So I'll even say like, don't give me the ball, give the shooter the ball, because it's a better shot in that situation.
Shooters like that. That's great.
Okay, Duff, I'm gonna put you on the spot. Ask your post-game question.
Okay. Yeah, so how do you process after a game? For example, do you want to look at the tape as soon as possible? Do you have certain plays that are playing over in your mind? Maybe you journal. I think that's a great idea. Yeah, just talk us through after a game, win or loss, like how are you processing it? Start with Abby.
Yeah, I do journal after every game, for even if it was like summer league, even if it's just like maybe like 3 sentences.
How soon after? Like right after, or do you wait?
Usually, like, I mean, it depends. Like, if it's like a short car ride home, I'll just like wait till I get home and do it in my room or after I shower. But if it's like from an hour, like a tournament that's an hour away, like I'll do it in the car. But yeah, I'm always waiting to see that huddle notification to try to find when the film comes out. And then I usually try to look at like parts of the game that I remember distinctly if we like kind of lost something or like something went wrong or something went super right. And it's always important not to just look at yourself because it is a team game. But yeah, usually journaling and watching film. And then obviously not, if something went wrong, don't let it get to your head.
Yeah, for me, I kind of just let it sit with me for the day. I'll watch film when it comes out. On the car rides, if it's like an away game, we always carpool as a team. So if it was a bad game or anything, I kind of just like try and ignore it while I'm like in the car with like freshmen. I'm just trying to like keep the energy high. But I always talk to my family after my games. I'm like, what do you think of the game? Like, how do you think so-and-so did? How do you think I did? Is there something I could have done better? My brother always has things he thinks I could have done better. So yeah, I like to take the criticism and the compliments and just like take it with me and then watch the film and like see what they saw, all that stuff.
Yeah, wins, of course, I'll be more happy. But losses, I try and forget the things, not forget, but like not replay the stuff. That's
Not dwell on it?
Less important, not dwell on it.
Yeah.
And just try and like see what I did bad, what I could do better, and of course what other people on the team could do better, because it is a team sport, like Abby said. And and then when the huddle comes out, I'll go over it with like my trainer sometimes, and we'll do like film review, or I'll watch it with like some of the teammates, and we'll see what we can improve on as a team.
Yeah, like everyone else said, like I immediately after a game, I'm like, when's the film coming out? Like I nag my coaches for the film just because I see so much more when I watch the film. Like I could be doing this wrong and I just don't notice it. Or like sometimes even in game, like I'm sure you guys have felt this too. Like you feel like you're up a lot and you're tied, or you feel like you're down a lot and you're up 5, and it's just like during the film shows you what's actually going on. And so I love watching film. Yeah.
Follow-up. So when the film comes out and it goes to Huddle Assist or whatever, and you got the stats and you're looking at your own box score, what are you most paying attention to? What matters the most for you in that box score when you look at your line?
For me, like I kind of try and look at plus minus mostly, and Huddle like has like this thing where you can see lineups plus minuses. So that's kind of like where the first thing I go to is like if I'm noticing some players aren't playing well together, like I'm not playing well with someone else, or like we're playing really well together, I can see those plus minus numbers first lineup, which is like really cool to see. So that's what I look forward to first.
I usually look at this stat called VPS, and I don't know what it stands for, but it's like everything into one single number, and usually if it's above 1, that means you made a positive impact. It's similar to plus minus. Yeah. But so that it's really simple, like, oh, your number is like 1.3, like, oh, I played pretty well, rather than like, oh, 0.7, maybe do better. But
Duffy,
plus
what's
minus,
VPS?
I always see it, and my sophomore year he told us like, oh, it's a really good stat, so I always pay attention to that. And then plus minus, obviously, like you want to know you made an impact in the game.
Is it WAR? Is it like the WAR wins above replacement?
Value point system. All-in-one basketball stat measuring, good job, Abby. Basketball stat measuring player impact by adding positive plays, points, rebounds, assists, recoveries, and dividing by negative plays, missed shots, turnovers, and fouls. Yeah, it's kind of like WAR. All right.
I'm the same as Jake. When I saw the thing about like the lineups and you can see the plus minus on that, I found that really intriguing, because also I feel like everyone has games where they're not playing as great, and everyone has games where they do. And it's just like seeing who showed up for this game and who worked well. And like, I think those things are always really good. And for us to practice, I don't know if Zach looks at it or not, like that specific part, but we do teams for our practices, like red and white, because our jerseys are flippable. And he always changes them up. And I feel like sometimes he does do it based on like after a game, like who was working well together, to like see if they're still going to do that in practice. So yeah, I think that part's good.
I honestly didn't know about like you could look at the plus minus like that, so I just see like as my box score and like my shooting splits. I just wanted to make sure like efficiency and like points, it's like cool to look at, but I'm more worried about like rebounds, like blocks, and like I also pinch into turnovers to assist ratio, just to see like am I turning the ball over a lot, or am I like sharing the ball well. So I look at like just like not just points, but like the more little things that I can do in a game to like impact it and get us the win.
So this isn't a question to try and give a free scouting report on Terra Linda, but do you look at your shooting chart, like where you're getting shots on the floor, and does that like I've seen you can score from anywhere, but like are there certain parts of the floor that we're like, okay, I got a lot of shots in the right block, that's good, like talk about that.
Yeah, I definitely like look. That's just when I look at the film. I look at where I take my shots. So like at my spots that I work on, where it's like mid-post, mid-range, low block, or like attacking, going downhill. So I just try to make sure like where I'm taking the shots is good. Yeah, I definitely look at that.
Nice. So last thing on post-game, it's interesting. Abby, your coach, Tony Butler, good friend, talks about it. He tries to now limit his post-game talks. I don't know if he does that, but that's the idea, right? Because as coaches, game's over, we have so many things that we want to say, and we've realized it's really not very productive. You guys are exhausted. You have your own thoughts on the game. It's better to just, everybody, let's bring it in, and then let's talk about it tomorrow. But post-game, what do you want to hear from your coaches, I guess, if anything?
Sounds like nothing.
I mean, obviously, like, if you win, like, the praise is good, but, like, realistically, like, you're not going to have the team's not going to have a perfect game every game as well as you play. Like, I think we have it a couple times, not every time. So there's always something that there could be said, but I think it's more like related to the next practice, what our practice plan's going to be like, like what we're going to focus on doing. So I think less on like after everyone's in like thinking about the game, like 5 minutes after the buzzer sounds, and more like, oh, the next practice, everyone's had a good sleep and you just get back at it.
I couldn't tell you what I want to hear after a game. Like I sometimes I want to hear tons of things what they saw, and sometimes I just want to hear nothing and watch the film. Yeah. So it really depends on the situation for me. Totally. So yeah,
that's fair.
Yeah, I agree with both of them. I feel like, as Abby said, like when it's a win, like you want the praise, but also there's always things that you could have done better.
Yeah.
But you don't want to like, especially after a loss, you don't just need to be like talked to about like everything that you did wrong. You know, like I feel like most of the time also as a player, you know, like what you as a team and as an individual could have done better. So it's about like limiting it to like just like the key things that really change the game and change like the outcome of it. Yeah, so that's what you want to hear.
I'm kind of more with Jake on this one. Like sometimes I want to like what I do, what could I like, what I did good, what could I have done better. But then all other times it's kind of want to like just get out of there and just like watch the film and just process it by myself, I guess.
So totally makes sense. Okay, let's shift gears. Practice. Kitty, what are your favorite drills?
I think Brooke mentions this in the last roundtable, but I really like 2-on-1. It's a competitive drill that we do. It's always at the end of practice because it leaves us with like high energy, whether you won or you lost. Because it's a really fun game, and you know, it's like you're always like doing something, and I think every player can be good at it. Like it's not something where like you have to have like amazing skill to do it. It's just like chemistry and like being a good teammate and knowing what to do.
So 2-on-1 continuous.
Yep.
You guys do it half court, or do you guys do it full court?
Full court. So it's one person on defense, two people on offense at half court, and then as soon as they cross the half court with the ball, the other person can run on, touch middle of the court, and then get back on defense.
Got it. Yep.
And then it's just continuous.
Great.
Yeah.
Love it. Go ahead.
Yeah, mine is very similar. It's like UCLA drill, but it's 3-on-2, 2-on-1. So it might be the same thing, but I just love playing.
Jake, grab that one, or Evan, grab that one. What's your favorite drill?
3-on-2, 2-on-1 is definitely up there. I like that one a lot. But our coach, I don't know if there's a name for it, but he just like tells us all to get on a baseline. He'll split us up like blue and white because our reversible practice shirts and stuff. And then he'll say like one guy, and then he'll roll the ball out, clap his hands. Then we have to like kind of sprint to get the ball, and then go up and down in a 1v1. Then he'll go two guys, and then do 2v2, then 3, and then 4, and then
love that
5,
one.
and then it's good competitive.
Yeah,
it can get like, I'd say dangerous, but it's definitely like it's kind of
physical.
It gets scrappy and physical.
Yeah.
So we've had a couple like minor injuries off of that one, but yeah, it's really fun, and it definitely brings good energy to the team.
I like a Tennessee drill. It's like similar to 3-on-2, 2-on-1, but it's like 3-on-3 more continuous, and we allow a press during our Tennessee drill, so that's like good. Like people get tired and you're shooting tired, which is I like to do. Yeah. And then another thing is like we also have reversible jerseys. We go red and black when the red team's like our team's on defense and the black team's on offense, and we just keep going red team on defense, black team on offense, and like we're working on our defensive sets. Like that's fun for me. I feel like I get a lot of energy playing defense. Like the guys get excited when we get turnovers, and we force turnovers, or like we get stops. So that's like fun for me. So
some good drills. What do you got?
Defensive cutthroat.
Yeah.
If you're playing that, what type of rules do you like on defensive cutthroat?
Sometimes we do defensive cutthroat with like a 5-on-4, 5 on offense, 4 on defense, and it's like a scramble drill, and that's fun. Like that gets fun, and you force a stop there, everyone's loud, and so that's something I like, the rules parameters like that.
Yeah, we do the same thing. Usually it's man down on offense or defense, and it gets so loud in the gym, and it's even with just 10 players on our team, like it definitely gets the energy up. And if like maybe it's something slow, we go to that drill and it's super loud, everyone's having fun. So yeah.
What are your favorite kind of practices? Like, do you guys like some skill work mixed in with scrimmaging? Do you want to do all 3-on-3 stuff? Like, what makes a fun practice for you?
For me, I think it's kind of like situational in a way, because like post game, or like if we're in post game, and I know if we have like another game coming up soon, I don't want to do like really scrimmage heavy practice because then you're just gonna be even more tired for the next game. So maybe that's just some like shooting skill work and then going over like sets and plays and just what we want to do through that.
Yep.
But I do like a good mix of like skills, like going over sets and then like scrimmaging. So like, I think a little bit of everything is my favorite.
Yeah. It brings up the question of like, this is a point in the season where you're playing a lot of games, a lot of tournaments, you know, four games in 5 days, and, you know, you're maybe traveling quite a bit to go to these tournaments. How do you take care of your body and stay in basketball shape? Do you do, you know, weight work off the floor? How do you kind of stay, maybe starting with you, Kitty, how do you stay like in your peak basketball form even when you're playing a lot?
I always make sure I go on runs before my practices and do weights on like practice days, because obviously game days you don't want your legs like super tight or anything. And then I always make sure to stretch on game days like extra in the morning if I can, or if I get home if I can. And then I always like make sure I ice, especially like any part of my body that's like recently been injured and stuff. Like I feel like I'm on the floor a lot and hurting my body. So I try to ice like whatever I can. I just get into Americ's office and like dig into that ice like every day. Yeah.
Like Kitty said, I feel like I'm on the floor a lot. Like I'm getting banged up after every game. So like the games are a lot. Practices are still a lot. Like we have pretty high intense practices. So like just icing, like you said, and resting, not doing too much besides basketball is kind of like that key thing. And like what I've discovered is like I got a foam roller and that saves me. Like that, like that really helps me a lot.
Yeah, personally, I think preseason, like that fall area is where you get your weightlifting, a lot of your conditioning out, and then pregame and postgame, like obviously icing, like having my own foam roller is super nice. And then like we also have one at San Marin. So just taking care of your body, drinking the right things, eating the right things, staying hydrated, all of those, all important.
Yeah, I was trying to like stretch out a lot, keep my body like loose, especially sitting at school when you're just kind of cramped at a desk for like 4 hours a day, 5 hours a day. And yeah, it's like trying to stay hydrated throughout the day as well. And just eat good things and like just try and like stay like limber and like ready to play.
So, like Abby, I know you're a multi-sport star. Jake, you as well. You're multiple sports, right? Baseball, basketball. Kitty, you're basketball all year round. Evan, basketball all year round. Okay, it's interesting. We got 2 and 2. Abby, let's start with you. How do you approach being a multi-sport star?
I think it's all about time management, and I think now being a captain for both lacrosse and basketball, I think it's really important to set a good example, especially for girls who are like, I want to play 3 sports, but I feel like my coach, like if I miss practice or open gym or open field, I might not play. Like, I think it's important to show girls that you can play 2 sports and be good at those 2 sports, and also like play club for 2 sports. It is possible. Yeah. But like it's obvious, like there's obviously times where I might have to miss an open gym because I have a club tournament, or I have to miss a practice for my club team because I have practice for basketball. Like you're gonna have to make sacrifices. Obviously, like having lacrosse, like sometimes like in the same season as basketball, when you get into playoffs, like you just you have to like choose. Like it sucks to choose, but you have to.
Do you feel like lacrosse helps your basketball and basketball helps your lacrosse? I mean, there are multiple examples of really good Marin County players like you, Brooks, Spagnolo, Cece, like these. You're really good basketball players and you're really good lacrosse players. There's a lot of overlap between the sports.
Yeah, I think the first thing that comes to mind is footwork. Like obviously the dodging in lacrosse is super like similar to the footwork in basketball. And then obviously conditioning. I play midfield for my club team, so I run a lot. I think the conditioning for lacrosse is a little different than basketball. Basketball is more sprinting. Lacrosse, you can get breaks on offense. But yeah, conditioning and footwork are the 2 things that come to mind.
Jake, talk about the overlap between baseball and basketball.
Yeah, I mean, Redwood baseball expects you like baseball full time, and so does Redwood basketball. Yeah. So I divide it into 2 seasons each. Like baseball is spring. I'm throwing bullpens in the winter, but I'm the pitcher. Baseball is spring and summer, because summer's like all the recruiting happens over summer. So that's what I'm out of town every weekend. for baseball in the summer. So when I come back to basketball in the fall, I'm so out of shape and can't shoot. But so fall and winter are basketball and spring and summer for baseball. And that's helped me keep a good balance. I'm focused on one while I'm not playing the other. But I think like Abby said, it's hard. You can't be at everything at all the time. And there's only so much you can do, especially with coursework. Like school's hard. So it's not easy to do everything at the same time. And I've been lucky enough to have coaches who are understanding and realize playing two sports at a high level is hard. So sometimes you can't make everything, and that's the way it works.
Do you find that mentally, baseball, with the mental side of baseball, has that helped your basketball?
It's huge. It's the mental side of baseball is
especially as a pitcher,
way tougher than anything else I've ever done. You're pitching, and some days you might just not be throwing strikes. I was throwing in the MCAL championship last year. First two batters I hit them, and you cannot do that. You're throwing balls, and then the coach comes out yelling at you, and you're like, oh geez. And then I brought it back and threw 4 strong innings after that, and that was huge. But you got to be mentally tough to play baseball, and basketball the same way. Your shot might not be falling, but you got to contribute in other ways. And baseball, you might not be throwing strikes, but you got to get ground balls. So it's very helpful.
That's great. Okay, Evan and Kitty are year-rounders. How do you manage? So back to the kind of Duffy's questions about keeping your body okay through the season. I mean, you guys are playing all year round. You're both going to be, Kitty, you've already signed. You're going to be a college basketball player. Evan, you're going to be a college basketball player. How do you manage not having burnout and not driving yourself nuts playing basketball every second of every day and keeping your body okay? Because basketball's a hard sport.
Burnout. I definitely feel it sometimes. I was especially if I have multiple AAU and during summer. Yeah. If I back to back bad games or don't do well in attorney, sometimes I'm just maybe I should try a different sport. But then also to deal with it, I'll just take 3 days off of no basketball. I'll still lift. I'll still do some of that. Just no basketball, just kind of clear my head from it, and then just come back and just be ready to work more. Yeah. And to help with the burnout, I think just try and find little things to get better at, and just to get small goals to accomplish. So then when you do accomplish the goals, you feel accomplished and stuff, and you feel ready to keep putting in work, and just keep going at it.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I think as Evan said, burnout's inevitable. End of high school season when you got NCS and stuff, it's just back to back really hard games. Every single game is just your body flying around the court and on the floor, and you got practices every day. And that just especially high school season was such a change from anything middle school and COA, because it was 6 days of the week. You get maybe 5 days off the entire season for a holiday of sorts. And I think, as he said, it's important to sometimes recognize that and take days off. Yeah. Not completely off, but just relax, still enjoy the sport, but find that joy and just do little drills. And then I think also one thing that's great about basketball is that it is a team sport. You're not going to be the only one experiencing it. I found, especially for AAU, you have tournaments where you're playing 2 games a day for 4 days straight, and it's just brutal on your body, but you're not the only one going through it. And especially for me, I mean, I've had the same club teammates since I was in 5th grade. So we're all really bonded in that way. And so we all help each other out with that stuff, and are just there for each other, and with that stuff burnout and struggling, and if your shot's not falling in a tournament, it's it's a lot on you, but you have each other to help each other out.
That's great. That's a good segue into club basketball, AAU. I mean, Kitty, it's benefited you. Evan, it's benefited you for sure. Discuss how you approach club basketball. I guess I'm always interested in the idea of people are trying to show what they got, right, when college coaches are there. Yeah. So the team aspect of basketball sometimes takes a back seat in club basketball, arguably. How do you approach that? You're a great team player. You're a glue person. How's that?
Yeah, I mean, I found at least the years beforehand, my 17U season, it felt a lot more that, less about team, and our team itself. I had, again, as I said, my club team has been the same since 5th grade, and then all of a sudden I only had 4 of my teammates from the season still on it, and he had like recruited a bunch of other people. I had a new coach now, the 17U coach, instead of Rachel, who now coaches at MC. She had been my coach since 5th grade, like up till 16U. So I found that really hard. It was like a different play style. It was catered more to like the post players. And yeah, everyone was looking to get looks and recruited. So it felt a lot more selfish at times. And so I think I had to recognize that and also think for myself, because I was seeing all my other teammates like sometimes not passing to the open player. And I'm just like, okay, I'm going to have to start doing this as well. But up until that season, I actually found I got really lucky. My team, we were all about just like winning games and like about each other and like making each other look good, which was amazing.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely noticed that like it's more like players will start taking worse shots and more shots just so they can show that like, hey, look at me, I can score the ball. But I try and just like stick to like it's a team sport. You still want to get like coaches want to see how you get your other teammates involved, not just how you play. And so, yeah, but it's a very clear. There's less of a system. For my team, we'll have some like quick hit plays where it's just like an elevator screen or something like that.
Yeah.
But there's less of like a pass and screen away system, like cut through, always moving. It's definitely more like ISO ball. And like, I think my team last year, we definitely did a good job about sharing the ball. But there are times where like it's taking some like questionable shots, I guess.
I'm sure you've had coaches and scouts come up to you, like in these club tournaments. What is something unexpected that you had one of them say to you, like about your game? Anything stand out?
One thing I noticed, especially in my 16U season, which was when I first like got calls from like really good colleges, and I was super surprised by it. And it helped me make the switch like in my 17U season, but it was like they were like, I need to see you like shoot the ball more, or like be more confident, take your own shots more, like because they noticed I am like, or I was a pass first player like a lot of the time, and so it's about
when you're playing Branson, will you please be a pass first player? That would be awesome.
We'll see.
Thanks.
But yeah, so it was like making that like happy balance between like when I know I have a good shot, I should be taking that, and when like obviously another player has a better shot than me, I need to like get them the ball. But that was like a thing that really like opened my eyes, because my parents have been saying it like my whole life. They were like, you need to be more selfish, say with my like coaches. But then hearing it from actual college coaches, and they were like, I want to see that, like that's how you're gonna like get to the next level. That's like what opened my eyes to like I actually need to do this more.
That's interesting.
For me, I had a couple coaches just to tell me to be like more vocal in the post. I know it's like kind of something that's implied, but I just never really thought about it, because I'll like show a hand for like the ball, and I'll be like ball, but they want to be like ball,
yeah,
and like that. So like, that's just something I've kind of taken away. That's what a couple of coaches have told me now. But like, yeah, it's kind of some feedback I got.
Awesome. Go ahead, Duff.
Oh, I was just hoping that they'd be like, oh, I love the way you set up your teammates, and you can affect the game without having to shoot. But
no,
Duffy.
Okay, Jake and Abby, you two, when I think about you two, the word that comes to mind is leader. You're both really good leaders on the court. You can tell even just the way you're answering these questions, leadership's important to you. So, Abby, let's start with you. What makes a great leader how do you approach being a leader? What makes a great leader in your view?
I think it's important to know that all your teammates are like different. They'll all respond to criticism, to praise differently. And I think that's why team bonding or just hanging out with your teammates out of the gym is so important, because if you like tell one player, oh, like get to the corner, like some might be like, okay, got it. And others might be like, whoa, like why are you yelling at me? Right. So I think it's really understanding like what makes your teammates go. That's the term Tony uses. And then also just, I said this at the beginning, just leading the energy, because if you're not going to lead the energy, like you can't just sit aside and wait for someone else to do it. That's not how it works.
I mean, there's like so many things you could say like what makes a good leader, but I think like everyone to themselves is their own leader, and like maybe I'm a leader, but people might like not see me as a leader or something like that. So I think everyone's leader to their own extent. But one thing I try and do, or like I think has worked for me, is like being relatable to all the guys. Like I'm at school every day, like I'm talking to everyone, like hanging out with everybody on the team. So I think that's a big thing. And like Abby said, like I mentioned before, like energy is a huge thing. Like being able to bring everyone up, and like every kid is different, and some kids are hard to lead, and some kids are pushed back on your leadership, and you just have to know like what's the right strategy to use in certain situations. And sometimes it's like yelling at someone to pick it out, or sometimes it's like giving them a high five and be like, you're gonna make the next shot or something like that. So there's like, I think I've done a good job at like kind of understanding what people respond to what type of things. So that's been big for me. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, each of you, I want you to answer this one. This is not in the list, but what's been your favorite like team bonding, non-basketball team bonding activity that you've done that's been a great way to build culture on your team?
Okay, the parents probably won't want to hear this, but we played
parents,
this game.
Parents, turn on Smart List right now. Get away. Okay, go ahead.
It's okay because it's safe because it's in Marin, but we played this game pretty recently, Hostage. It's like this thing with cars where you take two people that are blindfolded, you drive them somewhere. There are other cars to pick them up. They can't use like maps or anything. They just got to go off description.
Yeah.
I think that was really fun for our team because different people got to like get paired up with someone, and you're just like stranded alone, like in the dark. You don't know where you are. So it was great bonding. And then the people in the car got to like have fun and like drive around and throw them off with like where you're driving to. And yeah, I mean, everyone had so much fun with it that we had to like, I think we've done it twice now. But yeah, I feel like it was like one of the moments that really bonded all of us at first because and now like our team, I feel like our team is really good at like all being friends. And stuff like that just like helps a lot with it. Yeah.
Yeah, so I really like team lunches, but we haven't done that this year. But also every year, the girls who are new to our varsity team, we like take them from their house. It's not like we kidnap. No, it's not hazing. We ask the parents, and they know about it. Yeah. And then we take them to breakfast, and we're like, congrats. And it's like super fun. It's early in the morning, so we get to go see the sunrise. But that, I think it's like the moment where like, oh, great, I feel a part of the team now. And this year it was super fun because we have 5 new girls, like half of our team was new. So it's like honestly getting to hang out with them in a non-basketball setting. It's great.
Awesome.
My team, we'll do like team dinners, but we'll like go to like a player's house instead. Yeah. And like there'll be like a nice home cooked meal. And you just gotta like, you kind of see like where like that player lives, not in like a weird way, but like you just kind of like see what their life is like, and that kind of helps build a connection. And like we'll just talk. No coaches, it's just players and like some parents, and it's just like maybe there'll be like we'll put a game on or something if like the Warriors are playing. Yeah. And so we can all just like chill, eat some like good food, and just hang out, and like just like have a good time, I guess, as a team.
It's great.
Like our coaches push forward like team bonding. Like we went to the UCLA Cal basketball game, or like last year we went to Top Golf when we were in LA for our basketball tournament. But I think like it's foster from our players. Like we had like a team party the other week with like the girls volleyball team, and like that's fun and all. But I think like the best bonding is just like being around each other often, like early and often, and see each other every day at school. Like everyone's at school, everyone gets good grades, everyone gets good attendance, and everyone like is good friends. So I think that's like the biggest thing, arguably.
All good answers.
We didn't put this on the list either, but I'm interested. Your parents may be listening to this, probably will. Tell us how much you want to hear from your parents before the game and after the game. And is the answer not at all?
0.
My parents leave the gym as soon as they get after every game. Like I swear, because I know I'm driving myself, or I have like rides everywhere, so I never see them after the game, which is good. Like if they're listening, I hope they hear this. Like I don't want to see them after the game. But when I go home, usually like my mom like doesn't know, like she knows a good amount. She's been to so many sporting events, but she's always like, "Oh, I thought you played well," even though I might not have played well. Right. And my dad, on the other hand, like just like I get like he knows a lot about the game. Like I feel like he knows a lot more about the game, so he like gives it to me. Like sometimes I play well, and he sees something that I did wrong, and he'll tell me that, but he'll tell me I play well, and I like to hear from my dad when I get home, so that's cool. So yeah.
I find my parents are the complete opposite. My mom, I think, knows way more about basketball than my dad somehow. I mean, they both like know a lot, and like my dad is like a super into like competitiveness and stuff. My mom always has like the tiny things, and same with my brother. And I like seeing the after games. I don't hear from them a lot before games. Just like a good luck, like before I leave the house in a rush.
I forgot to mention, my brother is the king of like criticism. So any little thing, like I remember last year I played one of my best games of the year against Brewster in the regular season, and he like, oh, you missed this shot, or like everyone was laughing at you here. So that's always fun to hear.
Yeah, that's the same with my sister, who's a sophomore. She's never played basketball before, doesn't know a lot, doesn't watch it. She just loves to point out, oh, Abby, like that airballed 3 in the second quarter. Like, I thought you were a shooter. And then my parents always stay in the gym. My mom, she knows a little bit about basketball, not a ton. So she's always like, oh, you played well, or oh, like, you played fine. Like, she doesn't usually say a lot of like in detail stuff. My dad knows a lot. He's been watching me play since I was very little. So he knows that like if it's after a game, usually I don't want to hear it until like there's a little time pass. But I think they both know me so well where it's like they know when to say stuff.
Yeah, before a game, I'll get like a good luck text from my mom. My dad will just be like, dominate and like tell me like just kind of just be like more straightforward.
Yeah.
And even in the game, if my dad's standing there, I'll definitely hear it if I like don't get a rebound or something. Like, come on, like he won't yell at me, but he'll encourage, I guess, is the proper way to say it. Post game, they definitely say after. I'll just go out and say hi to them. My mom will be like, you played great. I could have played awful. And then like my dad will be like, you played all right. And he's definitely more like critical, but it's not even like crazy. He's still super supportive. But yeah, they're just great. It's always nice to hear from them.
Awesome. Okay, Kitty, give us a NBA or WNBA avatar for yourself.
Oh my god. I don't know. I actually like when you sent me the text. I like asked my brother. I was like, "Who do you think?" And he kind of said like any player that's like a glue person almost. Like just kind of when you're on the court, it's like it just like things flow better with the team.
Yeah.
And so then I looked up on Safari glue players in the NBA. I got like Andre Iguodala. I feel like is a good one. So that's what I went with. Yeah.
Not Jonathan Kuminga. The anti-Kuminga. Sorry.
Evan, NBA avatar.
Jeez, I don't really know. I don't really like compare myself. I guess someone with like
Wemby.
no, I'm not that so no. Jeez, yeah, I don't know. I guess like someone. Let's get mid. I guess like a little bit of KD in there. I guess just because I like my mid range.
Yeah.
But I think I can get like downhill a little bit better than KD. But I'm not saying that like that. But like
KD, did you hear that? He's a
more
listener.
part-
I'm sure he's a
it's
listener.
more part of my game, I guess, than KD is.
Yeah.
So I guess a little bit KD, then I guess like a little Russ too, just trying to get to the rim and like assisting and rebounding and everything.
I have no idea. Like I think about my game, I'm like mediocre shooter. I can't dribble the ball, but I can play some defense and I can score. So I just don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think a little bit of Draymond Green, minus like the texts and the punches, but and then like maybe a little. I think my play style might be similar to Klay Thompson when he was on the Warriors, but I cannot think of like a single player. Maybe I could put like 5 together, but not a single one.
You're all unique. Jake, you got a little like little Pajemski in you.
Yeah, like I
Pods.
think so, but I hate the way he plays the game. Like
Your hair's better.
Yeah, my hair might be a little better. I just like hate the way he plays. Like I like just couldn't tell you because some games I like won't miss a shot and I can't play defense, and other games I like play good defense, lead the team, and like can't hit like and make shot. I don't know. I couldn't tell you what I am. I think more of like a college basketball player. Like if I were to think about it, like someone who plays college basketball. No one in the NBA.
Okay, we have to ask about Marin and the MCal. Kitty, what is your favorite favorite league battle? Like who do you get up for playing?
I think it's always got to be MC since my freshman year. It's just always been the team. But Sam Marin as well for sure, and Branson. God, like freshman year for me, like that was when all of the teams were just like absolutely incredible. And like since then, I feel like I've like built in rivalries with like all of them, especially my freshman year. Redwood wasn't as like amazing. Our roster wasn't as deep and stuff like that. So like as a freshman, I feel like I kind of like ingrained me. I'm like, I need to like get these teams back for like all of the losses my freshman year. Yeah, I think MC the most for sure, especially now that like my old AAU club coach is like now the coach for them. I think that's like a little bit of a thing because she knows me really well, so she'll know how to guard me.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. All right. Go, Abby. Don't worry. AI will fix the dog bark.
Any private school, I mean, a public school, yeah, Branson, but a public school beating a private school is always amazing. Then obviously MC, like since my freshman year, they've always been like, I mean, besides last year, they've always been at the top. And I mean, having the chance to beat them and hopefully beating them, like it's always nice. And then like Redwood too, just playing a good team with solid players and solid coaches where you know you'll be challenged. Yeah. Those are the best.
I think probably SR. That's like the big rivalry. Yeah. We're 0-2 against them the past 2 years and hit a heartbreaker last year. So definitely this year, I mean, it's going to be a good game. It's going to be a fun game. Probably the one I'm looking forward to the most.
Awesome. I like Redwood Branson is always like the thing for me, I feel like.
Yeah.
But like I have so many friends who go to MC and play on the MC team, so that game's like always super fun. And then like Archie, like the atmosphere, like when we go play at Archie's, like the crowd shows out, so that's always a good one too. So like those are like the three teams I think about. So yeah.
All right. Well, while we have you, Jake, who's winning the league?
I mean, like how could I not say Redwood? Like how could I not? So Redwood.
Who's coming in second in the league?
MC, Archie, TL, Branson, all second place. So you guys can share it. So yeah.
A diplomat.
Yeah. So diplomatic. Go, Evan.
I mean, it'd be wrong not to say my school is TL, Terra Linda. I think we're going to win it. I think we have a chance. I think the league, especially with like recent transfers and stuff, I think it's pretty wide open for like almost any team to like be a contender for the title.
I agree. I think on the boys' side, this is the most open it's been in the last 5-6 years. It's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, there are no easy wins in the league this year. All right, Kitty, I know the answer.
Yeah, gotta go with Redwood.
Yeah.
I genuinely, though, for like the actual like MCAL playoffs, I have no idea how that's gonna go. Like, I don't know who's gonna be in the semis or the finals. I feel like all the teams are like pretty even, at least like competitive wise, and like the level of just like energy that everyone plays with is like so even that like it could swing anyway.
Yeah, I think like a big thing is the 16 playoff now. Like that's huge. Like you don't realize like this year, I think for especially the boys, like the 5th and 6th team are teams with guys who could go for 40 or 30 any night. So I think that's like it makes it a lot more competitive and like a lot more fun. So yeah, I like
totally.
Yeah, I'm gonna say San Marin. No question. I mean, I think this is we had a great team our freshman year, and we were close to winning. But my senior year, like I'm really hoping. I think we can win. And then, yeah, like Jake said, the 6-team playoffs. You have Archie, Branson, Redwood, MC.
Yeah.
I don't know who the 6th is gonna be, but all good teams.
How do you guys all of you like the current MCAL schedule where you just play everybody once? Because back in the day, it was you would play every team twice, home and home. Now it's just playing everybody once. Do you like that, or would you prefer to play everybody twice?
I do not like playing everyone once. I would definitely want to play people twice because I think if you play someone once and something unusual happens, the player gets hurt, it's just a weird circumstance, it has such a heavy effect on your placement at the end of the season. Rather than if you played twice, like you can get a good gauge on like where a team sits. Yeah. And more MCAL games, more fun, more league, more atmosphere.
I definitely want to play teams twice, just in case like I don't know, it's like a game winner where it's a close game till the very last second, and you're like, we should have won that, and it's like you can just get the like iron out the little things, and just like I guess try and get it back.
Yeah.
And like fight again, I guess.
I understand the reasoning for like playing every team once. Like you want to get out of league games and maybe get more prestige for your program, which makes sense to me. But like baseball, you play every team twice home and away. I like playing at every field. I like playing at every gym. I like playing everybody twice. Every game has such a huge weight. Like, what about injuries? Like a team could miss the playoffs if they have like the MCAL Player of the Year. Supposedly the MCAL Player of the Year, but he's hurt the whole year. You know, like it's brutal with just one game. But I understand the reasoning.
I think I have mixed feelings about it because I really liked having it. You play every team twice because, as Jake said, you get to play at every single court. I feel like MCALs, you always have like a bigger crowd. Like it's just like there's more energy and like school spirit in all of it than like preseason games. But at the same time, there are teams that I don't need to play twice. Like with all respect, like I don't want to play Serafel like twice in a season when I could play. Like, I don't know, we played, like, Salesian. Like, that was a great, like, game for our team that, like, got us really far. And, like, if we had MCAL starting in December so that we could have 2 rounds, like, I wouldn't have gotten a game like that. So, yeah, I have mixed feelings about it. But I think they had, like, a solution of, like, a hybrid thing that they were talking about where it's, like, you play some of the teams twice and some of them, like, once. I think that would be interesting. But, yeah, I have mixed feelings about it. So, no stance.
I'm just going to note that the coaches in MCAL have to nominate their all-league players after 6 league games, which just doesn't seem like it's meaningful, right? So, I'm not going to endorse the round robin or not, but the all-league, they should do that after the playoffs are over. That dog agrees. Thank you, dog.
Yes. The dog likes the double round robin. Okay. This has been awesome. We've reached crunch time. This is the most important part of the entire discussion. Okay. Evan, favorite gym in Marin?
I think Terra Linda we have the best gym. It's pretty new. I think we have the best gym. MC's close second, though, because those rims are pretty nice. Those
so
rims,
the new Terra Linda gym.
The new Terra Linda gym, MC's a close second, though, because those rims are, like, pretty forgiving.
Duffy and I just, Well, I agree. I like shooting at the MC gym.
I have like by far probably the strongest feelings about this exact question out of anyone you've probably around the podcast. And I think Redwood's atmosphere is by far the best. I think MC has the best rims. I think Colum has the best court, and I think Archie's like another great atmosphere. Right? Like Redwood is the best gym. Like it just because the energy in there is like unmatched. So yeah.
Yeah, I got to go with Redwood just because it's the gym that I've played in the most and I like it the most. And I find also it's so big that it's like I enjoy playing on it because I'm used to it. But I find other teams I feel like also get tired if they're not used to how big it is.
An advantage.
Yeah, and it can host the most people. It's like always got the most energy. But I agree with Evan. MC's like second for me. Like their rims are so nice. And I always know I'm going to have a good game there, whether it's against MC or like when they have their tournament with like the city teams that come in. Like it's always a good game there.
Nice.
I love playing at home. So San Marin, I love playing there. But I agree. Redwood, it's super fun because there's a lot of people usually. And you guys have like a great student section, super fun atmosphere. I actually don't like the MC gym that much. I don't know, maybe it's because it's MC. But I never like thought it stood out. But yeah, I like playing at Redwood a lot.
Okay, toughest player you've ever played against?
I don't want to like glaze, but like I guess like TT, I guess. I don't know. We played him last year. He's
pretty good.
Plays at Cal, so he's obviously a great player. So I guess out of everyone, probably him.
Yeah.
Jake,
thank you.
I can't think of like AAU. Like I've played a lot of like amazing players on the 3SSB level that like are going to like crazy colleges. But when I think back, like Grayson Levette, who was on MC my freshman year, like there was nothing that we could do to stop her. Like genuinely, we just like she was just a beast on the court. So I just like whenever I think of something, I think of her because like even when we like double teams her or face guarded her, like it was just that. And same with Carly, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. I feel like even with Maya like face guarding her the entire time, like she's still dropping like 30 every game. Like you just can't do anything about it. Yeah, for me it's always like those shooters. Like Maya, it was just really annoying when I had to guard her and then she makes a 3 in my face and it sucks. And also Izzy, because you have like all those other players that you have to worry about, and then Izzy's open in the corner, and then bang, that's 9 points in 30 seconds. I don't know.
All right, Jake has had about 5 minutes.
I looked on the match perhaps he checked our schedule last year, and when we went to the Damien tournament, we played against like probably 4 Division I players, and one of them was the kid Uriah, I think was his name, and he's like windmilling. He's like 5'10", windmilling, and super quick, so he's tough. And then like last year, Doherty Valley played in the NCS championship, whatever. Jalen Stokes, like he played really well against us. And then after, like when our season ended against Oakland Tech, like our Darius Grayson, he was really good. Like those are just guys. Like I feel like no matter what the scheme is, like either they're gonna score the ball or they're gonna like show up on a statue with the assist if they're not scoring the ball. So like, it's tough to guard those guys.
All good answers. Okay, the final and most important question of the entire thing: favorite restaurant. You can't say the Hub.
Marin restaurant.
Marin restaurant.
Right. It's a Marin podcast.
It's a Marin podcast.
Probably Finnegan's in Novato.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. I think I know literally 15 people who work there. Quincy Dean works there. Shout out. But yeah. And I always see like there's a ton of people from Marin, but there's always someone in Novato in there. And the food's good. The jalapeno poppers are great. Yeah.
There's a spot near TL called Lou's Takeaway.
Oh yeah.
And it's got like the weirdest like schedule. It's like open for like 4 hours on like random times of days. But it's probably some of the best like Asian food I've ever had. He has like this like it's just great food. And it's pretty caloric. It's pretty heavy. It's pretty rich. But it's like
That's fine. You're burning calories.
Yeah.
You're okay.
The Scotty's Market.
Yeah, it's in that little
it's
strip mall.
like shack kind of.
Also, shout out to La Coco's Pizzeria. Come on.
It's so expensive.
I think gotta go with Gott's at Bon Air. I feel like we go there a lot after games. Yeah, they just always have good food. Always anything for anyone. So yeah.
It's a good one.
I like M&G burgers. Those are my guys over there. So they know my order when I call. They say you want your usual. So those are my guys. And then like nicest restaurant though is like Bungalow. Like I love it there. It's super chill. We went for like Thanksgiving dinner a couple of years ago. Just like I like it there. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, you guys crushed it. Thank you so much for the time. Good luck during the season. Excited to see all four of you star in the MCAL. Duffy, any thoughts?
Well, thank you for sticking it out here in the freezing cold. We have a pitcher of ice water that started as ice water, and now it's just a block of ice.
Yeah.
But no, you were all great. Great answers. And love the vibe here, and good luck to all of you the rest of the season.
And wear your Run TMC shirts with pride. We are sponsored by Encore Custom. From the field to the gym and everywhere in between, Encore Custom designs high-performance team apparel built for athletes, coaches, and active communities. Each piece is crafted with technical precision, modern fits, and customizable details that bring your team identity to life. Shop their ready-to-wear performance gear online or in-store, or create custom designs made exclusively for your team. Visit www.encorecustom.com or stop by their headquarters at 891 4th Street in San Rafael, California, to see where performance meets design. Thank you, Neil, and the Encore Custom team for your support. We love you.
Well done, Dave. And just an addendum to this, we have an online pop-up store with Encore Custom in development coming soon with a new fabric and a new design for our Run TM tees that have been a favorite in the community for almost 3 years now, Dave.
Love it. Can't wait for the store to get live. Good work, Duff.
The Hub is studded in Christmas gear with holiday music filling the air. We have launched our famous crushed peppermint candy milk shake, hand-spun vanilla ice cream, peppermint simple syrup, crushed peppermint candy canes, crumbled Oreos garnished with a spoonful of candy cane dust. And Dave, I have a picture of this that I'd like you to put out on Insta, if that's okay. He's nodding. We have also launched our new backyard special, coined the Holidays. We have created a mouth-watering sando that contains our grilled organic chicken breasts with pepper jack cheese, jalapeno corn slaw, that's jalapeno corn slaw, tossed in chef's homemade ranch dressing, applewood smoked bacon, that's my favorite type of smoked bacon, red onions, and tomatoes on our French roll. Thank you to the Hub.
That sandwich sounds really good. Wow.
That does. Yeah. I'm not sure about the shake. A little sweet, but for the kids, perfect. Perfect.
Well, how about that, Dave? Thank you to the Hub and to Encore Custom, and yet another great player roundtable at the Hub. Despite the rather frigid Thule fog conditions and the occasional interruptions of Sparky the Barky, who was a really delightful golden retriever. We should have gotten a picture of Sparky, Dave. So we are bringing back the outro. Dave, how about we call it the post game? So we're going to call it the post game, and there is good guidance out there that for coaches that in the post game you want to be pretty brief. You want to hit maybe 3 to 4 major points of emphasis at most, and then you want to talk about what's next. So, Dave, let's have your post game 3 to 4 takeaways from this, and then kick it back to me, and then I'll do the same, and then I'll tell our listeners what to expect next from the Run TMC podcast. Okay, kick it, Dave.
Ooh, I like the post game. That's a great call. I will be brief, unlike in the locker room after games where I'm very verbose, loquacious. Insert word here. I thought this was awesome and insightful. Impressive group of roundtable guests. A few things that stuck out to me. One, I liked the discussion around in-game coaching and what players absorb, whether it's on the court as the action's going on and coaches are barking at them, or in timeouts. And it's funny, more than one of these fine players said, frankly, sometimes I don't even listen, or I don't totally absorb everything. I'm just trying to catch my breath and, keep my ass together. So I thought that was funny and not surprising, but a good reminder for coaches that sometimes even the most brilliant of coaching ideas and thoughts will go in one ear and out the other of your players. Also, I liked it's an obvious concept, but it was a good reminder that players see things that we don't see as coaches because they're on the floor, just as obviously we see things from our perspective that they maybe don't see given our vantage point and advanced age. So I thought that was a good reminder of kind of a give and take between coach and player. And then finally, I really enjoyed the discussion around huddle and what kids look for. Jake saying sometimes I just want to kind of not think about the game and then watch the video the next day, or sometimes I'm dying to see the video right away. Abby's knowledge of huddle and the VPS, that was great. Certainly learned about that. And it's a great distillation number, right? Just kind of all your positive plays, less your negative plays, and then ultimately, did you contribute to the team or not in this game? It's not all analytics, as the great Jonas Honeck said in our coaches roundtable. Basketball is not a math problem; it's a human problem. But math definitely is involved. So I thought that was really cool and an interesting perspective. And then finally, I just love picking the brain of these kids, what they're thinking about, whether it's pregame nutrition and meal and approach, or how they like practices, what they want to do, what they enjoy. I thought awesome. So thank you again to these 4 stellar student athletes, and thank you to the Hub. And yes, Sparky the dog, you made your presence known, really came in with authority. And it was cold, but you know what? We fought through, overcoming adversity. That's what I got in my post-game press conference here. Duff, back to you.
Excellent, Dave. Excellent. I would say stupendous, perhaps borderline stellar. Good takeaway. Now, clarification, when I said post-game, I was thinking more the post-game in the locker room with your team, not the post-game presser, which is something that you and I don't do, well, really ever. However, if we were to do a post-game presser, then I would probably be more loquacious, more verbose, more garrulous like you, Dave. Garrulous, good one for you. But if we're going to the locker room, I want to keep it to probably 5 to 7 minutes. I want a few things I want to send out a couple things, 3 to 4, a couple to a few, 3 to 4 maximum that the players can think about and reflect on. They have a lot of other things to think about, and then move on to what's next. So for this roundtable, And these kids are great. I mean, they really are knowledgeable. They're thoughtful. They have resources beyond what we had when we were playing, Dave, and they make use of them. It was really eye-opening to see how engaged they are with the sport and their teams. So that was great. So I only had a couple additions just to add on to what you said, Dave. Good summary, excellent summary. And first of all, I thought it was interesting and rather encouraging that all four of these players seemed like at a minimum tolerant, if not actually perhaps excited to hear from their parents after the game. I rather expected them to be like, please don't talk to me. Maybe tomorrow we can talk about it. But they all seem to be perhaps resigned, or maybe not, that their parents were going to be engaged. So takeaway from me, I might be slightly more aggressive in my post-game communication than I currently am. So yeah, that was good. That was good. I like that. And then I think we should get into, Dave, the VPS. So the VPS, what is the actual formula for the value point system? So the numerator, that's the top half, is points plus rebounds, and then 2 times the sum of assist, charge, steal, and block. So you have a bunch of positive plays on top, and then on the bottom, you have a bunch of, let's say, not so positive plays. So we have free throw misses, and then plus the sum of total misses added to fouls and turnovers. So points and rebounds plus 2 times assist plus charge plus steal plus block. That's on top. And down below, free throw misses plus 2 times the sum of misses, fouls, and turnovers. And you overall get a ratio where above 1 is good, below 1 is not so good. And if you're up like at 2.0 or so, then that's great. And probably one of those stats that's better over the course of 5 to 10 games rather than 1 game. But it is essentially a good efficiency metric. It's kind of like a coach sitting on the sideline, and I've done this before, and marking down positive play, negative play for a particular player, just to get a global sense of how they're performing. Now, it doesn't take into consideration 3-point shooting, which is a pretty important factor in today's game. And then the hustle plays, like a deflection or getting back on defense. But of course, those are not always that easy to measure. It could be a little skewed by how well stats are actually captured, which is true because there are more variables that go into this than other stats you might look at, such as effective field goal percentage or turnover percentage or plus minus. So there you go, VPS. You can find it in your huddle reports if you care to look there. And so finally, Dave, we talked about what's next. So happy holidays to everyone. Dave and I are going to take a break from releasing podcasts until after the new year, but we do hope to be grabbing some luminaries of the sport at the Bambauer tournament after Christmas and having a couple interviews that will be ready to go for after the new year into 2026. And also coming soon is the pop-up store for the Run TMC gear. We're going to come back with the 3rd iteration of Run TMT. This one's going to be black with our traditional gold on the front and the back. And we have a couple different fabrics that we'll be rolling out. So we will talk about that more in the new year. And finally, Dave, the final thing that is next for us is going to be 40,000 downloads, because congratulations to us, we just hit 30K downloads and who knows how many streams, but 30K downloads total over the course of the podcast this week. So happy birthday to you, Dave, and congratulations to us. And thank you for all those that are listening and continuing to support us in various ways, and to the basketball community writ large. We appreciate all of you. All right. Later, Dave.
Grin and says, "Hey, dude."